that's why we're here, right? We're here to build that passion in our life. Now, I've got a few minutes I'm going to share with you. We're going to do a little, I'll give you a little bit of teaching, a little bit of training, but there's also something on my heart. I've had it really on my heart all weekend, and I'm going to be honest. I don't mind being in front of people. I don't mind speaking, but I'm just going to be real honest with you right here. Sometimes sharing some personal stuff can be a little difficult. I don't know if anybody can relate to that. So I just want to ask permission here for the audience. I want to feel really comfortable. I want to feel, if I get a little bit vulnerable, can I get some mutual respect here? I just want to be in a place where you guys. So success, the journey of success. I like to symbolize it. It's the dream, the struggle, and the victory. It's difficult to be victorious if you haven't gone through a struggle. If you haven't gone through something to be victorious for. So a lot of times we find ourselves in a struggle with situations, with drama, things that go on in our lives. And what that does is that causes justification and excuses and reasons why we don't perform at our peak. Right? And our goal should be to be at peak performance all the time. But how can you do that when you're facing struggles? When you've got drama going on in your life? And you know what? I'll bet each person in this room has a struggle. That's probably knocked them down at times. Maybe even knocking them down this weekend. So we're not immune to these struggles. So you start with this dream, whether it's, to have a nicer life, money, success, whatever it is, just more time with your family. You start with this dream. And then all of a sudden, you expect this victory, and then all of a sudden, you get hit. Bam! Struggle. Bam! Struggle. So how can we overcome those? How can we reframe those? How can we take our business to the next level? This is the ultimate foundation of success. The dream, the struggle, and the victory. Well, I'll tell you, I'm a very, very big dreamer. Right? I've got ambition, but at the same time, I don't know if anybody can relate. I'm ambitiously lazy. Does anybody relate to that? Like, I'm ambitious so that I can be lazy, right? Like, I'm willing to get in for a couple hours, work my butt off, so I can spend the rest of my day with my family. Okay? It's ambitiously lazy. So, but I'm ambitious. I just believe that we can all have the life that we deserve. Do you guys out there believe you can have the life you deserve? I believe that we have this great life waiting for us. And it's our decision to just step up and take it. But then here comes these struggles. So, I don't mind, I'll share some of these with you, Everybody goes through their own struggles, So here I am. I'm in empoer, I'm having fun, making money, things are going well, right? Well, at the end of last year, just before Austin really, in our family we lost a very, very close family member. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. We lost a very close family member in her 30s, and it was like a heart attack, kind of out of nowhere. It's one of those situations where you get a call, and you've lost someone, right? So we go down to the funeral in Santa Cruz, California, and on our way down, we stop at a little restaurant, get some food, and I don't know, one thing happened, but it gave me food poisoning. Like really bad food poisoning. I mean, I have actually in my entire life never been sicker in my life than that trip right there. We're down at the funeral, and I have to leave the funeral to get into the car, turn up the heaters full blast, lay the seat back, and just shake like this the whole time. I'm just sick. I mean, really, really sick. Go on, drinking everything I can, do whatever I can. At that exact moment, I'm also working a full-time job. For those of you who kind of know my background. At that exact moment, it was the busiest time for my job. We were bringing on a major superstar person, celebrity endorsement, and it was mandatory that I had to be on the conference calls, I had to be on the work, I had to be a part of all of it. It was absolutely mandatory. It was not optional. So here I am at a funeral, just in a messed up emotional state. Here I am, shaking in the car, literally with the heaters on full blast, on this conference call, talking to this celebrity superstar. Really not even talking, I don't know what was coming out of my mouth, but I was just trying not to throw up the whole time. And here I am trying to just do all of that. Meanwhile, there's people in my team, on my Facebook group, upset that I didn't answer a question fast enough. And there's this balance, like damn, life can just get tough. Really, really fast. But I got through it. Got through that. No problem. So we just keep moving, Well, we get another call. See, my wife is all about family. I love my wife. By the way, just let me take a second. She's not here with me, but can I just take a second and say, I love my wife, Vanessa. She's the reason I am who I am. That's what my we got the call that her father is diagnosed with cancer, and it came out of nowhere. Boy, that turned everything upside down. That was just recently. A month and a half ago, 2 months ago, something like that. So here we are in the thick of it. Let me just tell you a quick story about amazing perseverance. Amazing, it's not really a sort of perseverance, it's just amazing character. Her dad, when her grandma got all the dementia and Alzheimer and everything, out of the whole family, her dad took care of her. That was, he went to work, came back, changed the diapers, did the bath, made sure she was taken care of. That was his life, revolved around. He was going to work, blue-collar worker, coming home and taking care of her until she passed. And that was recently, too, just last year. When she passed, then my wife's brother has, at age 18, got diagnosed with schizophrenia. So he's like a paranoid schizophrenic, and he's in and out of treatment and stuff. And so when Grandma passed, he basically took him under his wing. And every single day after work, he'd come over and they'd spend time together. He's really just trying to contribute and trying to help. This was a man, and is a man, who's filled with servitude, who's filled with just serving others and helping others. And he finally retired from his job, and now he's got the time and the freedom to go out and live in retirement and really experience life. But that's when he got diagnosed with cancer. And he went in to go get the treatment. It's just a couple months ago. He went in they had to go test him to see what was going on. And it had spread so quickly that the cancer was in 4 different places already. And so he went in and got chemotherapy, and the doctors told us, this is terminal. And it's just started looking bad. She's actually there right now with the family. And the kids, she's around family, got her kids taken care of, she's there. She wanted that solo time with them right now, and we appreciate that. I'll tell you, I love him, but it's something else about watching my wife go through this. It's just really, I've been filled with a different type of emotion lately, a different type of struggle. But what happened was I started noticing some issues with my son. I have 2 children, 2-year-old and a son. My other son's 5 months old. So we got quite a busy household. And my son started losing some of his speech. He started digressing, started going backwards. I didn't understand why. And I would pick my son up. He used to just follow me around the room. I'd just walk around the room on the phone or something, and he just like following his dad. Pick my son up, and he won't look me in the eyes. He's a 2-year-old. As soon as his eyes would just dodge left and right. I couldn't understand what was going on. I started researching on the internet. What are these signs? I'm starting to notice behaviors. He stopped socializing with all the other kids. He started losing his speech. All this stuff started happening in about a year and a half, but by 2 years old, it was obvious that this stuff was happening. So we had him checked out, took him in, and in the beginning of this year, really right after Austin event, we got a diagnosis that my 2-year-old is fully diagnosed with autism. And, it sort of just changes everything. It's sort of like you have this vision of what's going to happen, and then it just changes, right? And it's not that it changes any worse. It's just different, right? Things just change. And it's like these last 3 months, I'm going to be honest, you gave me permission to be able to share with you. And I'm going to be honest, I've not really been in this place. I've not been in this place recently. And I hear all the stories of everybody. And I feel like I can relate so much more now being in this place. See, I've got a big dream. A big dream for my family, for my legacy, to be a father, to be a husband, to be an entrepreneur, to do great things in my life. Why are these struggles happening? Not only to me, why do they happen to you? But the thing is this. Despite all that's going on, and despite even how freaking difficult it is to share this stuff, despite that, you know what? It's all about how we frame things. It's all about how we frame things. Anybody that knows me knows in the last 90 days, I've been sort of a preacher of reframing. Reframing this, reframing that. Now maybe you know a little bit more of my story. Maybe you understand why I've been reframing everything. Because when I'm speaking to you to reframe, I'm also speaking to myself to reframe. You got to get up in the morning. You've got to just reframe everything. You've got to start to see everything as a blessing. You've got to see everything. I look at this and go, you know what? God blessed us with a child because we're in that. We all have these struggles. My struggle is really no different than anybody else's because really everybody's struggle is personal. If we were to compare our struggles, you'd have some people that you would just think it's crazy. There's people literally in this room right now that are going through cancer treatment themselves, and they're here. So I felt like when I was going to come out on stage, I had this like vlogging training speech like prepared. You know, like I got some powerful tips I'm going to share. I'm going to be that guy. You see me in the hallway like, Chris, man, that was freaking powerful. I'm going to go out and make a bunch of money with that. I'm visualizing that. But have you ever felt God tugging on your heart a different direction? Right? Just feeding power, and I'm just feeling the love. I'm feeling it and going, you know what? That's why I'm here this weekend. It sounds crazy. I got like, I don't know, between a few of the leaders, we got like 800-900 people like in our organization here, and I almost didn't come. It would be crazy, like, because I'm telling everybody, there's no excuse, right? And I'm sitting there going, damn, someone needs to call me and remind me to come. Who's going to call me and like drill me right now to come to this thing? I almost felt like not coming because I just looked at the whole situation going, you know, it's crazy. But I decided, I realized now in this exact moment right here on stage, I realized there is a purpose. There is a reason why we are where we are, why we do what we do. And if there's something that I can assist anyone here today, look, you want some blogging tips? We teach that stuff in the products. And this right here, if I get real with you, there's something very, very powerful I can teach you with you today. And I can leave you with a very, very powerful friend of mine. During these struggles that are going on, in this last 90 days, actually I could share a lot more. There's some that I'm not even ready to share yet. It's just been crazy. During these struggles, I can only imagine what it would have been like if I was also worried about how am I going to pay my cell phone bill? How am I going to pay rent or mortgage payment? Right? How am I even going to feed my kids right now? Right? I can only imagine if I was in a situation like my pop's going, I got to do a webinar and try to sell like $700 worth of stuff just to be able to make things work right now. With these struggles on top of that, if I have these financial struggles as well, I don't even know what place I'd be in my mind right now. But you know what? Because of some disciplined, part-time, focused effort in this vehicle over the last 90 days, I've not had financial concern. I've not had any sort of financial burden. Finances have not been tough because of this vehicle. And all of you that are going through struggles, I will tell you right now, you're still going to go through struggles. Some of you are going to reach $1 million in this company. You're still going to go through struggles. I know some of the stuff that Lawrence is going through with his family as well. We talk about, there's so many people I can name right now. Some of the big income earners in here, they're going through struggles. So how is it that they get up and they still fight the fight and they still accomplish so much? What you do is you reframe it. You take your struggles. And this is an assignment I'd love to give everybody, a challenge. Take your struggles. Reframe them. Because you know what? Had I let my struggles interfere with the abundance that I can create here, they would have been 10 times worse. But because I learned to reframe them, manage my life, and have a business while doing that, what happened was I stayed disciplined with income-producing activities. I stayed disciplined, despite all that was going on. Even if it's an hour a day, it's an hour of focused time every single day. And what that did was it set me up. Because you know what? I heard a long time ago. In fact, let me ask some questions. I love a little audience engagement. So let's ask some questions here. In fact, when I get a little emotional, I actually like to get the crowd riled up to get me a little out of it. But let me ask a question here. All right, so we have this ambition and this dream to go create a better lifestyle. Well, if I was to break those two words apart, you'd have life and you'd have style. So just here's some answers from the audience. What would it take to create style? What really can create style for you? Car. Be a little louder than that. Throw out some answers. What helps create style? I think I heard sex back there. I get it. We're talking probably money, right? Money. So we break lifestyle. It's really money to create style. But to really have life, what does it take to have life? Freedom. What does it take to have life? enjoy life, you can really do it. If you have money, you can really do it in style. It's time and it's money, right? That's lifestyle. And here's the thing is that there's a lot of problems that we all have. There's two categories of problems. There's problems that money can solve, but there's also problems that money really can't solve, right? But there's problems that time can solve, and money can buy time. And the point I'm making here is that if you're making enough money with Empower Network, you're making enough money in your business, guess what? You can have time to focus on the problems that money can't solve, and you can go work on things that really can. Time and money, time and money, time and money. So often we get carried away with money. So often we get carried away with money. Money is a vehicle, it's a tool to buy us time, quality time. One of the greatest joys of these last 90 days has been that I can spend quality time with my family. We work with Easter Seals Charity, they come out. We work with another group, they come out. My little son right now is 2 years old. We got early diagnosis, and so we're able to spend, we have people coming in 5 days a week, 6 hours a day. We told them, don't worry about the cost. That's the least of our worries right now. Let's get this done. Let's go in there. Let's do what we can to in this year to empower him for the rest of his life to just make it as good as we can. Because some people aren't as fortunate to catch things as early, right? Take advantage of the opportunity. We reframed it and said, how blessed are we to have diagnosed this early that we get early intervention and get the help, right? How blessed are we that we have money to be able to make sure that there is no financial need. We can get the right help from the right people. We're not worried about all the paperwork and all the crazy stuff. We had to go fill out all this paperwork, and they said it's going to take 45 days in order to get it covered. And they're like, well, 50% might be covered, this and that. I said, stop. What do we do today to just get it started? They're like, well, if you pay, you do this and that, out of pocket, then you can get it all started. Get that started and figure out later if we get reimbursed or something. I'm not waiting 45 days, and I think to myself, how many people are in that situation? How many people are in a similar situation? Maybe millions. Children with disabilities or learning disabilities or just family members, and there's help out there that you want, but financially, maybe you're really going through the paperwork and the insurance system, and there's a lot of difficulty there. How nice would it be to be able to stay focused in some income-producing activities and be able to throw the checks for the right treatment? But not only that, time. So even despite all this time, hands-on time, I'm a stay-at-home, full-time dad right now. I set things up with my job, set things up with my work, so that I said, look, what's going on with my son? This year I'm dedicated to my son, and so right now I'm focused. My job, my big job, is my family, and when there's services there, when there's people there, then that's my time. I can go out, and I can either get clear in my mind, go out and hang with friends, or go golf, or go travel to an event like this, or work. But here's the thing that I love, and this is, if I could impart this on everybody that's here, wondering if this will work for them. I don't spend all day building this business. Spend a couple of hours a day. Just disciplined, focused effort. And it's a journey. I'm not expecting to have, be a millionaire tomorrow. I'm looking at this going, if I learn these skills, imagine how great I'll be at them a year from now. And I have this vision. If I learn blogging, how great would I be a year from now? If I start studying email copywriting, imagine how great I'll be a year from now. If I start studying search engine optimization, how great will I be a year from now? So I have this vision that a year's going to come by whether you wanted to or not. It's going to come by. And if you stay focused and stop getting concerned and stop comparing yourself to other people and say, every day, I'm going to get focused and give it my best, and at the end, I'll be so much better off, and I'll learn these skills, and I'll be able to use these skills to give myself freedom and time and money, aka lifestyle, so that the struggles aren't so bad, because you're going to go through them. You're going to go through them. Now, since I'm short on time, I want to share one last passionate thing that I feel is so revolutionary about this community, about this company, about this team, this camaraderie. And in 2013, when all this was going on, in the beginning of this year, I felt this sort of passion fill in me, a different type of passion I've ever experienced before. Sort of a happened was, I saw a vision. I saw a vision for Empower. Not just my team, but for Empower. I saw a vision for where this company's going. You know what? Traditionally, this industry, internet marketing, is dominated by men. It's been traditionally, that's been what it's been. And I just got this vision that, you know what? This company could grow and reach the masses worldwide. You know one of the strongest things that's going to make that happen? This is going to be humbling for a few of us men, right? It's women. That's going to make it happen.